because I got the box. The box can pick us up. It's live.
All right. So we didn't need a microphone today. All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Dysfunctional Justice, JUSDYS.
I'm your boy Said, aka Mr. Let's Talk.
What we talking about? Hmm. Screaming out,
Y'all
let's
about
talk.
to see y'all. Cut, cut. What are we doing? All right, we gonna do that again, y'all. Hold on.
So what we talking about? No.
No, let's do the
Screaming
whole
out
thing from the top.
from top.
From the top. Take two. Action.
I'm your host, JUS Justice, Dysfunctional World.
I'm your boy Said, aka Mr. Let's Talk.
Screaming out, let's talk.
What we talking about today? There we go.
Where were you when blah blah blah?
Where were you when? I think that's a good topic right there. Where were
Okay.
you when? So we all know it's been a lot of stuff going on right now.
A lot of stuff going
So
on.
we're gonna talk about some of the stuff. And we want y'all to tell us where were you when you first heard about this. So where were you when? What you want to talk about first?
Where were you when Michael Jordan won
Mm,
his first three championships?
man, that's a good one. I was gonna say where were you when? Oh, like we were just saying when you first started taking accountability.
Yeah. Oh,
Where were
yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Where were you when you first started taking accountability? Mm. Y'all holler at your boy and let us know. We want to know.
That's a good one.
Where were you?
Where were you the
You
first
know,
time you took
the
accountability?
very first time you had to take accountability. Where were you? Mm. That's gonna be interesting. Y'all come on, jump in the comments. I can't send out no invites tonight, so it's all good. We're gonna see who pop up. We're gonna who show up. But I know he's sending out some of his, so we're gonna see. Hopefully, y'all got the notification bell on, and we're gonna
Hopefully.
take it from there. You know.
That would be great if they
Like I
did.
said, we talking about where were you when. We're gonna cover a few different topics, but first one, where were you when you first started taking accountability? Were you in middle school, high school, college,
All
after
of the
college?
above.
You know what I'm saying? Like, where were you? We want to know. Where were you? That's gonna be pretty good. We gotta wait for some people to get in the building because we know, it'll be taking a while for them to trickle in. Got your phone on over there for the comments?
Yeah, I'm opening this one for the comments. But
Okay, okay. Yeah. Man, um, I got my other one, but it ain't on. I just use the Wi-Fi.
yeah, you need my Wi-Fi or you got your own? How you want to
Uh,
do it? I give you my hotspot. Ain't nobody in the chat yet.
ain't nobody. Okay, okay, cool. We got. Yeah, I might. Let me see. I don't think they have a hospital in here.
All right, let's go to here. Thing. Go here. In here. In here.
All right, so we want to know no connection to the internet.
I can give me a second.
Yeah, yeah. Once you finish, I'll get right.
I had theirs, but I don't know what theirs is by heart.
Yeah, me neither. I don't remember it. So y'all let us know where were you when? Where were you when you first started taking accountability? At what age? Were you in high school? Were you in college? Where were you?
Justin might be
Um,
jumping in the room. So.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, we definitely need y'all. I know y'all. Some of y'all seen us Monday. We was just on, but y'all know how we do it. I got to come on and support us on Wednesday. That's our main day. So we definitely look forward to seeing everybody tonight. You know, y'all
And
come on. Let's talk
we're
about it.
back to recording videos for y'all, so y'all will see some new videos up soon.
Absolutely. Trying to put out more content. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see the reels or the shorts, whatever they call, going crazy. You know what I'm saying? We definitely put out a lot of those, but we want to put out more videos as well. Somebody in the building. I see the comments popping up now. Okay, that's what's
Uh,
up.
Give me a second, I'll tell you what it is. Right after I get my what you call it, my hot rod, my
Hmm.
hot spot.
No problem. No problem. It's all good.
My nephew. I got a new logo shirt. I gotta either wear next week or show you. I'll show you when we get in the car when we go out to the car. I'll show them next week.
Yeah, man. Can't. Yeah. Gotta keep it on the low for right now.
Yeah. Whoever just made a comment, hold on 1 second. We'll be right with you. I think that's all the people I needed.
Okay. So hopefully we get some people up in here. You know what I'm saying? And we can get the conversation started, y'all. Really looking forward to this, man. We want to know
All right,
different
Ruby's in
things.
the building. Depth is in the building. All right.
Ruby, what's up? How you doing, Ruby? Delta, what's up, homie? What's going on with you, bro? We just want to know where were you when? You know, just like where where were you when you heard that President Trump has pardoned Larry Hoover?
Whoa.
Yeah, that guy, Larry Hoover, gang leader. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So
Activist.
definitely activist, author. You know what I'm saying, because he wrote a book.
Did it?
Actually, yeah, he wrote a couple books. I think it was.
I thought that was
So
Tookie.
you took he did too. He actually wrote bestsellers.
Really?
Yeah, because he writing kids books. He writing children books.
Yeah,
You know.
Tookie was.
Uh-huh.
But you said who wrote a real book?
Yeah, he wrote a book too. He wrote a novel, I believe it was.
Okay. If user guide, software update,
So it's all good. But that's what we talking
accessibility,
about tonight. Where were you when? You know what I'm saying? Where were you when
well-being,
you heard about Larry Hoover?
uh,
You know what I'm saying? Or the first question, the original question, the initial question is, where were you when you first started taking accountability? Were you in middle school? Your mama telling you clean up your room and make up your bed. When you were in high school, where things was a little bit more serious, you had to wake yourself up, you know, to go to work or go to school. Like if you were working after school, you know what I'm saying, or on the weekends or cutting grass or whatever. So where were you at? What stage of life? Hell, literally, where were you? Were you still in your mama house? Were you in college? Where were you when you first started learning accountability for your actions? 100%.
21
It might be
home.
different for everybody too, y'all. Just understand that, like, somebody might get in here and be like, "Oh, I was 13." Somebody else might get in here and be like, "Hey, I was 18, 19, till I was 21." And that's the thing about life. Everybody's story, everybody's journey is going to be different. Everybody's not going to have the same path, and I think that's a beautiful concept. That's what makes everybody unique to themselves. That's what makes everybody an individual. You know, because this might his journey might have been different. He learned a whole bunch of different things, and now he can, what I'm saying, share those things with me. What I'm saying, and I can learn from him, and vice versa. And that's what it's supposed to be about, though. But also at the same time, it is about maturing and becoming an adult. What I'm saying, and taking 100% accountability for your actions, for your decisions.
But hotspot. Let me read these
Oh,
comments.
boom! I got you right there. I see it.
All
Uh,
right.
I hope so.
All right. That's a long time ago. The seventh grade. He said he learned accountability till he got kicked out of school in the seventh grade.
Who said that?
Delta.
Oh, okay. Well, see, and that's a good.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And see, that's what we talking about. That's a good thing right there. No, it wasn't good that he got kicked out of school. I'm just saying he learned accountability at an early age, seventh
And
grade.
Ruby said I grew up knowing more about Tiffany. Yeah, yeah, I did too.
Most people did, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because and not trying to put that kind of stuff out there, but the blue side is way more popular. You know what I'm saying?
And on the other side,
In well, not but in particular GDB, you know what I'm saying, and all that stuff
I
like
mean, you
that.
find out about those when you move into
See, but that's primarily a
what is it?
Midwest,
Midwest,
Midwest.
Midwest
You know
to
what I'm
the
saying?
north and south. Because I heard about them here.
Well, they
'Cause
have them.
they have that here.
They have that here, but
So
once
that's how I heard
again,
about it. Because
the
I did
thing,
research after I heard about it. Like,
yeah.
what is that? Oh,
But you got to think, you go to Chicago, that's all they have is GD, BDs. You know what I'm saying? Vice
Vice
Lord,
Lord.
they got that.
What kind of
They
hustle?
don't really have blood script. You know what I'm saying?
They have a few.
A few, but I'm saying it's popular.
Affiliate. They have a few
And
affiliates.
it's the reverse when you come here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we got a lot of bloods, a lot of crips.
Now.
We got G's, of course. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? GD, BD, and all
Yeah.
that stuff. But IGD, whatever. But yeah, um, where were you when you learned about this, y'all? You know, that's the thing, y'all.
Tricky had a documentary on BT when I was in junior high school. I didn't hear Larry Hoover. Yeah, Larry Hoover is the one you hear about when they start talking about the folk nation,
Yes. Yep.
or the one that he started. He started folk. Him and another guy started folk.
Right.
The other guy got killed. He, anyway, yeah. But he was originally a Keystone Ranger. Keystone Ranger. He rose through the ranks of being a Keystone, and from rising so fast, he uh, he started his own organization. And before, for righteous reasons, it was to help the city fight crime. And with power comes absolute power, and absolute power corrupts. So after he got too much power, he started using it for the wrong reasons. He's been locked up for
Too long. Very long time.
50. He got locked up in 1973, right? Is that what I said? Okay, so he's been locked up about 54? No,
I wasn't even born yet.
25.
I wasn't even born yet.
So
That man was locked up.
he's been locked up somewhere between 56 years.
Something like
54,
that. Yeah.
54, 56
Been
years.
a very long time. He's been locked up.
The Bees having a couple of codes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up, Justin?
Remember? Wait, what he said? Oh, yeah, hey, look, there you go, Bronx, New York. There you go.
Anywho, so yeah, if you didn't hear about him, it's probably because he's been locked up for most of your life.
Right,
Um,
right.
but there's a Larry Hoover Jr. and he he been striving to get his dad out because they got him in Supermax with no contact to other people because they say at one time he was controlling things on the phone or through kites, through mail, and then basically they locked him away so he couldn't do nothing. And um, if Trump just pardoned him, that's big. That's real big.
But somebody also had dropped in the comments that even though he got pardoned, he still had something hanging over him in Chicago, Illinois.
Right.
And now they're trying to get the Illinois governor to pardon those charges as well. You know what I'm saying? Because he pardoned the sentence and something else, but not something else. So, you know what I'm saying? Now they just need him or her, whoever the person is in Chicago, to commute his sentence. You know what I'm saying? And then you can go ahead and but I say this, man, and I'm not a game banger on any level, but free him. Anybody locked up 50 something years just because y'all afraid of the power that this man got. That's ridiculous.
You don't think he'll still have it?
Yeah, yeah, of course he still got it. Of course he's gonna always have it. Always. But at the same time, that doesn't mean he needs to be locked away in the cage. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
no.
56 years, that's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So where were you when you first heard that? He
I
was
mean,
right
but
here watching us.
there's a lot of dudes that's locked away that long.
I mean, I agree, but I'm saying he
I
ain't
mean,
unalive.
Tricky was going on 70.
True. Nah, I mean, like I said, I'm not debating it, right?
Right.
Because you're right. You're absolutely right.
But I don't think they shouldn't have offered Tookie. They should have just made him stay in jail for the rest of his life.
What and you know what I've always said this, and I'll continue to say it. When you're dealing with people who got that much power, you especially once they get in their older years, they have more wisdom and understanding. You need to try to negotiate with them.
Yes.
Hey, listen, use your power to try to stop some of these killings, stop
Right.
some of this, stop some of this. You know what I'm saying? And they more willing. Matter of fact,
I mean,
Turkey
some of his
actually,
videos did that.
I'm about to say
Some of his
Turkey,
videos brought peace in some hoods.
Turkey, he didn't renounce, and I ain't gonna say that. That
No, he didn't do
he
that.
didn't, he
Yes,
renounced,
he
but I'm
did.
saying,
He did. He
well,
did.
but you know how that go. Even though he said, but he
Yeah.
still, you know.
Yeah.
So but it's stuff like that where you can get somebody like that who's highly respected by every member of that game.
Yeah. And
He
other
can
games.
and other he can do some stuff, some positive stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of y'all trying to make an example of him because the example was made already. It
Put
was
him in
made
there.
for a very long
wasn't getting
time.
out.
Right.
On some shit that's
And,
so dumb.
and all you got to do is talk to him and be like, hey, listen, we like what you're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? We like the direction you. Hey, why don't you get out there and blah 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 blah? Because they're gonna listen to him.
Okay, why did Tookie get unalived in the state of California? Because Arnold Schwarzenegger wouldn't pardon him. Arnold Schwarzenegger would have gave him a pardon. He would have spent the rest of his life in prison.
Right.
But he was on death row anyway, and they didn't pardon his death row. And as it came down to the last 2 hours, everybody was trying to get Arnold Schwarzenegger to pardon him so that he could live the rest of his life in prison, but live. And Arnold wasn't feeling that.
Right.
Arnold was not feeling that.
I mean, but it's just crazy, man. Because
He was playing a politic game.
where was you? Where were you when?
Hey, Mama S.
Mama S, hey, how you doing? Appreciate you tuning in tonight. Um, the other one, I want to go back because we were talking about. Delta said he was in the seventh grade. He got kicked out of school.
Mhm.
That's when he learned accountability.
That's when he
Because
learned his first sense of accountability.
that's when it became real. Because
That's when somebody made him responsible for his decision.
for his decision, right? Literally, you did this to you.
Yeah.
And for a lot of us, that's when it happens. It don't happen when somebody's sitting us down and talking to us, especially young men. Well, nowadays it's a young women. But
Okay, see you.
what happened?
Mama S said she gotta go to a parenting class.
Hey, that's
I'm gonna
what's
hit you
up.
tonight for real. I ain't got no women
That's
in my
what's up.
plans, so I got you. I'm gonna call you tonight.
Mama S, hey, have a good night. Thank you for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you coming, just stopping by just to say hey. So thank you very much. Um, but yeah, a lot of us we don't learn it until we got to deal with the consequences of our actions, of our decisions. Like Delta got kicked out of school. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I got sent here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when I learned accountability. I was wilding out. And my mama said, "Oh no, you know what? That's it." When I did the final, and I ain't gonna say because y'all done heard me tell the story before, right? But it
You
got.
never told why you got here.
Oh yeah.
Nah.
Okay. I told them before. Okay,
Nah.
so the story of how I got here. I ain't gonna tell the whole thing. I just tell you what I did.
Okay.
I took a fume to a school board meeting because some guys had did something to me, and we had a school board hearing, and I knew.
So what is the school board here? What is
This
that?
is when you got the board of education,
Okay.
and you got it was my mama. You know what I'm saying? His
Oh, to
folks,
see if you was
me,
gonna still be in school with me.
right.
Okay.
They were trying to they were letting them know what the decision was gonna be. You know what I'm saying for what had happened, right? And I knew in my head this is gonna be the only time that I'm gonna be able to see him again because up to that point we had not seen each other because they did what they did to me. Okay, cool. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them. We had lived too close to school. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I wasn't suspended though. I think he was. I wasn't.
Yeah.
Right. Or something to that effect. I'm not exactly sure. But I knew the school board meeting was coming up.
Okay.
Okay, so my dumb ass and my immature thinking, not understanding, you know what I'm saying? I said, I know I'm gonna see him. He gonna be here. He gotta be here. So I took a pum to a school board meeting. Dummy, big dummy. And guess what happened? My mom, no, my mama found me. My mama was
Before you got home.
yes. No, before we got to the meeting.
Oh.
Well, at the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not where you would get spotted with it.
No.
Okay.
They didn't see it. She
Okay.
seen it.
Okay.
And she went ham.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Well, actually, technically, and I told this story before, but I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit of it. I pulled it out. But once again, they
Didn't see it.
cheesy. And with ham, I'm talking about
You could have
ham.
rock about it, dude, in broad daylight.
Bro, my thing, and that's how, that was the straw that broke the camel back and got me sitting here.
And let me ask you one question,
Okay?
because I gotta know. Was that gangster?
To everybody else, yeah. To me now, at 45 years old, no. No.
Okay. Okay.
And I say that because
Okay. That's all I wanted to know.
had my mama not stepped in, who knows? I probably just be getting out of jail. You know what I'm saying? Or did
I don't
it
think you
be?
just getting out.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, because
I don't think you to be.
my thing was, I was so mad. I
Yeah.
was so mad,
Yeah.
and it was blind fury.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it was like I knew enough to know that I was gonna see him here. I knew enough that my mama didn't know that I personally had a, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. She knew that the people I hung with did. She didn't know I personally. So, but that's what for the most, that was the straw that broke the camel back. She said, "You gonna live with your dad." In my head, I didn't even know they was even fucking talking in contact with each other.
Right.
Yeah, well, they was.
All right, so Doug said, I used to get in trouble. I had to learn my actions have consequences. I'm surprised you got your hands on one being in New York. I mean, at the time that he was there,
Right.
they weren't outlawed and banned.
Exactly.
They got banned as of
like 2000. You know what I'm saying? 2000 something.
when all these rappers from New York started jumping on people.
Right.
That's when they got banned.
Like when New York had those 2000 murders in 1 year or something like that. That's when they knew. Oh yes. That's when they like no. But at that point, I was already here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Had already graduated high school. All of that stuff. Damn. Wait a minute. It sounds crazy to even say that. By 2000, I had already. And we in 25. I graduated high school a long time ago. Yeah.
Yes, you did.
And college.
Yeah.
Damn. Wow. But anyway.
I graduated college late, so when I think about 25, I'm still just graduating college in 19s and 18s.
Oh no, mine was like
Yeah, I know.
something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, but no, I didn't graduate from the first college I went to. I came home and then went to another school and graduated from that school because my credits transferred over.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I graduated from that school. But yeah, but I had to take accountability for my actions. You see what I'm saying? At first, my mama had never reacted like that. But that's a mother's love for understanding that, you know what I'm saying, her son is doing something detrimental to his safety, to his health, to the rest of the family, and all, you know what I'm saying, and all that kind of stuff like that. But I definitely had to be accountable for that because um, I ain't gonna say I didn't want to come here, but you know, it was like,
You didn't want to come here. I mean,
well, because you know how it is,
Right.
you don't want to leave your friends
Right,
and
right.
all
Your
that.
friends, the shit you used to, the comfortability.
Yeah, and it like up there, really at the time they didn't have games. You know what I'm saying? They had cliques, whatever, you know, so whatever block you was on.
But they had them. They just went out of prison yet.
Well, no, they was in prison. All the
That's
games
what
at the
I'm saying.
time
They
were
were in
there. They
prison.
were in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
They
wasn't
just
on
went
the
out there.
streets.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody still was whatever block you was on. You know what I'm saying? So, but still at the same time, it's still a game. You know what I'm saying? It's still a game. So, but I didn't want to leave my friends.
And
I didn't want to leave them. You know what
Because
I'm saying?
no matter how bad California was, I didn't want to leave California. So
Right.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's where I was at with it.
But with me, it was just me and Moms. And Mom was like, I can't take this no more. It wasn't even because I was getting so much shit. Because I didn't start getting into like real shit that she saw when I got here.
Okay.
Like the shit I was getting in there, like I said, I was a latchkey kid.
Right.
But when I got here, I was in what, late middle school, early high school, and fucking I'm whooping these niggas because they just said, well, fuck California, we gonna jump you. Okay, so I'm knocking niggas' head up. I'm like, why you keep fighting? I'm like, why I keep fighting? No, that's not the right question. The question is, why do they keep fucking with me? Like I can't fight.
Exactly.
That's
right.
the question.
That's
Not
the
why I
proper
keep
way.
fighting. No, the question should be why
Yep.
are they fucking with you
Yep.
like they don't know you can fight.
Have you been stopped and frisked up there? I'm surprised. Okay. I went to alternative school for 1 year. After that, I matured. That's when I realized that getting in trouble was only to get attention at the time with females. And
Yeah.
that's partially true
Yeah.
for all young boys who go through
Yeah.
similar situations. It was the same way for us. Like you said,
It was.
we just wanted the girls to think that we were tough. You know what I'm saying? And they
That's
like
what
the
happened.
bad
That
boys.
we really was tough.
Right.
You know.
And, I never claim to be toughest, the most gangsterous or whatever, but we all got experiences, y'all. Everybody got experiences with things that they went through. Now, you might ask some of my friends in high school, what was said like? And they're gonna tell you, man, he was cool, he was chill. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never did nothing to nobody. But believe it or not, at that point, I had seen what it was like in real life, and I know what real life was about. But by definition of the people I hung around here, when I first came here, trouble was still coming.
Mhm.
Because, and like, y'all heard me say this a bunch of times, everybody who I hung out with was on the red side. Let's say that. We'll say that. It was on the red side. Everybody. All of them, no exception. So a lot of the things that they were doing, I was doing. You know what I'm saying? With the exception of throwing up signs. Because I never officially got there. But anyway, where were you when? Where were you when you first got your son?
Hmm.
When you first got your son, where were you?
Hmm.
Meaning, what stage of your life were you in? Whether you're male or female, where were you when you first got your son, got you a piece? You know, were you at a church lock-in? Were you at I mean, because I know some people, you know, was it your senior prom night? Was it senior prom, junior prom? You know, where was it? Was it at a drive-in? 'Cause remember back in the day, drive-ins were still around. Drive-in movie theaters were still around. Was it in the back of a car? Where were you when you first got your son, male or female? Because the title of tonight's show is "Where Were You When?" Dot dot dot. So where were you when you first got your son? I want to know. Let's talk about that one.
Hmm. First got me some.
It was embarrassing too. It was embarrassing to me because I was arrested seventh grade. I was 13. My parents gave me a good butt whooping.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Sometimes that is definitely all it takes for you to get your ass greased by your parents, for you to straighten up, for you to straighten. And let me say this because my mama had too many sons, and she couldn't whoop us for everything that we were doing. She would find out about stuff that we were doing 2 and 3 months later. You know what I'm saying? So she couldn't whoop us for everything. But guess what? When I got here with my dad, I bullshit. Oh, Pops wasn't having that shit. I bullshit. Pops was like, because it was only me and Pat.
Okay.
So he just got two to deal with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, well, excuse me, when I first came, it was me, Chris, Smurf, and Pat. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Then they got sent back, you know what I'm saying? And it was just me and Pat. So Pops only had to worry about two of us. And yeah, first of all, when daddy give you a whooping versus when mama give you a whooping,
It
oh
is a
shit,
difference.
oh, it's a big difference.
It
You're like,
is
I
a
don't want
difference.
that rap no more. Because dad don't mind. They gonna get you right. Now don't think that they get off work like they ain't gonna get you. They gonna get you. So yeah, I learned real quick the consequences of my actions. But
Yeah.
where were you, y'all? Y'all talk to us and let us know where were you. And once again, be creative, y'all, because we don't want to get censored or blocked by YouTube. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to get descriptive or in depth. We just talk about what stage were you in life. Oh shit. What stage? No, I didn't know if I did. Okay.
You and me.
All right. What stage in life were you? Mm.
Let's see. I was in the homie's house at a hood party.
Hmm.
I guess you could say a hood party. We was at a what they call them back then. They called them functions. They
A
call
function, yeah, a function or a kickback.
kickback. We
Uh
was
huh.
in a function kickback type thing, and I was 10.
All
And that was
right.
my initiation to being a man.
Now, ironically, I was 10 as well. That's what's crazy. Um, and like I said, we're not trying to get descriptive or nothing like that because, I'm married now and I don't want no trouble. But I was very young and I remember my brothers and all that being around. And I remember, what I'm saying, sneaking off. Because she was like, yeah, come, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So I was young, you know what I'm saying? Did I know what I was doing? No, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But, you think you do.
Think you
You know
do.
what I'm saying? You think you do. And it's funny because it just amounts to humping for real. You know what I'm talking about? That's what it amounted to.
Really
Humping.
fast hunting.
Right. And then what's funny is she ended up getting preggers. Let's say that. You know what I'm saying? Not by me. Not by me. Not by me. By somebody. Because, I'm just saying, she did. she ended up getting pregnant by another dude who was older. You know what I'm saying? He was like 16, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. Now just imagine she was older than me, but still, anyway, I just remember that situation, and that was one of the reasons why I remembered it because she ended up getting pregnant by a guy who, especially at 16, seemed so much older than you at the time. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, he a grown man, you know, but he was
Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, man. So where were you, man? You know, where were y'all at? I had plenty chances, but
Delta, Ruby, whoever's in the building, where were y'all at?
I had plenty chances, but it was older ladies trying to seduce me, cougars. I was a late bloomer.
Oh, okay. Ain't
Uh,
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Like, and you know what was funny?
It probably gives you more respect for him, being that you are a late bloomer.
It's funny how, of course, at an older age, we see things way different.
We do.
Because back in the day, you know, if you was a certain age and you ain't had none by that age,
They were cracking on you.
yeah, they like, damn, bro, you ain't had none yet, you ain't had none yet. But that's just immaturity or not understanding and not knowing. That's part of your environment. That's hood life. That's typical boy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or typical young people stuff. 'Cause
Right.
I'm sure girls probably do other girls the same way. You know, who
Maybe,
knows?
maybe not.
I mean, like I said, I don't know. We can't speak for
Yeah,
women
I
because we
don't
don't
know.
know.
Maybe
You know
not.
what I'm saying? Maybe not. I don't know. But I do know that girls talk about who gonna have a baby, who they think gonna have a baby first out of their circle of friends.
Yeah, yeah, they say
You know what
that.
I'm saying?
Which
Like
one
that,
they think
that
is fast?
yeah. So it's interesting. All right, so since y'all don't want to respond to that, let's move on. Where were you when you had your first heartbreak? And I mean serious heartbreak. Where were you? How you doing? All right.
um, walking home from her house, cause my buddy Teddy proved to me that she was what he said she was.
Mhm. He proved it to you.
Yeah. He was like, I don't even know why you talk to her. You know no, she's not. She's special. What? I said, look, man, I don't want to do this.
Special.
I said, man, chill out, man. He's like, I'm gonna show you what.
She's
So he got up, went in there. Might be.
I don't know. Everybody's still
Might be the point of this individual.
I see you. If y'all can see what we see, y'all, we just laughing and joking, man. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all can hear the talking and stuff. We know y'all can. We hope y'all can hear us. If y'all can't hear us, if you cannot hear us, put a one in the chat. If y'all can hear us, that's fine. Let us
High
know.
school. My first time was in high school, 18. My heartbreak. High school as well. Yeah.
Now, you know what's funny?
What?
And this is just ironic too. Hey, I know you watching. Don't beat me up. I seen a picture of somebody I dated in high school today on Facebook. No, I don't communicate with them. I just gotta let that be known. You know what I'm saying? It was just on the timeline. You know, like you how you be scrolling,
Mhm.
and I seen the picture. I'm like, I know them two because they twins. They
Okay.
twins, but they fraternal twins. And I'm like, oh, that's such and such and such and such.
Please.
I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And yeah, I had that, but like I said, I ain't talked to them or seen them in person in years. Hell, I ain't seen them on Facebook in forever, ever, because we ain't friends enough, so I don't see them.
Right.
But I seen the picture. Yeah, I seen the picture today, and I just laughed. I just laughed. I was like, oh, okay. Because remember I told you, I dated more people, or dealt with more people at Ramsey and Winona than I did at Fairfield.
I can see that.
Well, once again, bro, after
Where you lived around the corner from Winona anyway.
and then once I clicked up with the people that I clicked up with, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the people was like, "Oh, you running with them," because it wasn't that many of them at school. But
I remember.
where they hung out at,
Mm-hmm.
if you right down the street from Fairfield High School to the left was their little, you know what I'm saying, the block, the hood.
Right,
You
right,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
That was it right there, set. You know what they said, not my set, but which is they was all Inglewood.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yep. They were all Inglewood, and for a lot of the girls were like, "No, you from them now. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. But we always kicked it. We always kicked it over at Winona and Rand, like I said, because where I lived at, where I went to high school at. I
Right.
mean, where I lived at when I was in high school. That's what I'm
Right.
trying to say. I went to Fairfield, but lived in
We don't
Winona.
know. Right.
So we kicked it at Winona, and then we kicked it at Ramsey a lot. But my first heartbreak would have been in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like major heartbreak. And after that, I
Okay.
couldn't.
Okay. Major heartbreak. Okay.
Yeah, like I'm talking about like for real. But
I don't know now.
the
That
way
was
you
kind of hurt
told,
too,
yeah, I'm
man.
about to say the way you told that story, yeah, that hurt.
I mean, I was young. I didn't know nobody. I really liked her because I
Right.
think she was the first chick that I was doing it to on a regular basis.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, so we got a little thing. And then my man came. He was like, man, she no, she's not. And she is like Ruben. How? Why? Walked up there. And he went and knocked on the door. Let me come on in. Let me just. He said, okay.
Like I thought,
Damn.
I thought you loved me.
I wasn't that.
P.O.P. holding it down.
I mean, it hurt though. It hurt. It was very disappointing.
Right, right. I mean, um, and that happens though. You know what I'm saying? That happens, and everybody is gonna experience heartbreak.
I mean, I
Everybody.
experienced it again in high school. But
Right.
yeah, that was the 1st
Hmm.
time. I don't think the first time a woman rejected me. Like when I was in third grade, there was a chick I liked.
You
I
said
had
in
gave
third
her,
grade.
I had gave her some earrings my mom didn't wear no more.
Hmm.
And she took them. Oh, these are so nice. And I was like, so can I get your number and go out with you? You be my girlfriend or whatever. I said at some point. And she was like, no, I don't like you.
Well, see, excuse me.
They gonna
And
call them out their name.
definitely, but that's one of the things that men got to deal with is rejection. We deal with rejection growing up our whole
Yeah,
life.
we started early. Yeah,
Yeah.
I started in third.
So if you holler at 10 girls, 7 of them might reject you. You know what I'm saying?
Give
And
or
even
take.
and even for the most player dude, he might get 5 of them.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So he's still batting 50%. You know what I'm saying? 500 in baseball, it'd be 500, but 50%,
yeah,
and that's high.
that is
So
high.
men are used to getting rejected, but rejection and heartbreak is two different things. You can get
Yeah,
rejected all day and not
yeah.
give a fuck at all. You like, hey, it's whatever. But heartbreak means that you was with that person,
Well,
thought y'all had something, and then she broke your heart.
I was sensitive about girls when I was younger, and then when I got older, and I didn't understand how you supposed to feel about women. And when my high school sweetheart did what she did, man, I was on one. I was ready. I was on crash out. But I was in crash out anyway around that time. But have her doing that, yeah, it was forever pushing me over the edge.
Damn. Ruby P said, my first heartbreak was a guy I grew up with that I agreed to date. He was also my first kiss, and he slept with my neighbor and got her preggers. We stayed friends because our family were friends. See, stuff
Damn.
like that. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah, that's definitely, yes, that is definitely heartbreaking, heart wrenching right there. You like, whoa, like we agreed to, and now you don't want to get somebody else pregnant. Wow. Wow. See, it's that what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
where were you when you experienced your first heartbreak?
That was a deep one, yeah.
Yeah, it was. That was deep right there. Man, it get real out here, man. I told you, everybody experienced heartbreak, like true
In different
emotional
forms, yeah.
heartbreak.
Yes.
Yes. And like I said, but most of the time it's the same thing for most people. Like when they say heartbreak, it's somebody who you cared for who did you wrong. You know what I'm
It
saying?
was wrong when she took him in the house.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. And same way Ruby P said it was wrong that
I
her
walked home.
dude.
I talked to her later that day. I was like, did it go down? He wanted to tell me no so bad, but he's like, if I tell you no, you ain't gonna believe that she is. So I'm gonna tell you yes. I'm like, you just gonna tell me yes? You want me to believe that?
Right. Or
And
did it actually?
he was like, no, I went down. I stopped it before it went too far. I'm like,
Right. I'm gonna tell you that. You ain't. No, but hey, it happens. This is heartbreak, y'all. This is what we talking about. So where were you when you experienced your first heartbreak? Let's see. Where were you when Obama won the first time?
Hmm. I don't even remember where I was at
Where
now.
were you? Do you know I still have the newspaper?
Really?
Yep. Yep, I still have that newspaper.
When Obama won the
The
first
first
time,
time. Where were
was
you?
I? Where was I?
Yeah. Where were you when he won the first time?
I don't know.
Hmm. Smash that like button for us too, y'all. If y'all don't mind, smash the like button,
We
please.
have to do it in a creative way.
What? Oh yeah.
People can't tell them that anymore.
Good point.
If y'all
I
like the
appreciate that.
content, please hit that like button. If you don't like the content,
Please
don't hit
hit
the
the
like
like button.
button.
Hit the like button. Let us know if y'all like this type. If y'all like this topic, smash the like. Let
If
us
y'all
know,
like
y'all.
our topic, period, hit the like button.
That's right. There you go. You right. You right. Appreciate that. I
If you like
appreciate
any
that.
part of the content, you like this guy showing up, hit the like button. You like this guy showing up, hit the like button. You don't know who we are, hit the like
Hit the
button.
like button.
There
Yep.
you go.
Military. I was in DC heading to Cali. Okay. Okay. I was in when he won the first time. We was in Homewood. He was in Homewood.
Let's
Yep.
see.
When he won the first
What
time.
year did he run? Did he win? Eight? No, 10
Let's see.
years ago.
The first time, his first run.
Oh, 14 years ago.
His first run.
No,
Because
12.
we had
12.
since him has been Biden twice. Biden served 2 terms or one.
Biden only served one term.
One term. Trump served a term.
Trump served two terms. This is the
No,
second
this
one.
is I'm saying,
Yeah.
but we only got to go back one term. So one term for Biden and one term for Trump,
That's
and
8 years.
then before that, that was Obama.
Plus 8 more.
No, that was
Plus
Obama's
4
second
more.
one.
Yeah, plus 4
Four more,
more.
so four, and
So
four. That's
12.
12. So
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, 12 years ago.
12 years ago. Would be
12 years
20.
ago.
Let's
No,
say
it'd be
2025.
yeah,
So
it'd be 13.
2013.
Yeah, 13.
2013, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
I was raising my son.
You were here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I raised my son. I was in the house. I went with his mother. The mother went with me.
Right. Right. Okay. See, and that's what we talking about right there. So, he was here. I was here. He was raising his son. I was definitely raising my kids too. They were youngins though. You know
I
what I'm
might
saying?
have just got out of 13.
12 years ago. Shit.
Yeah, I might have
Damn.
just got out of the crazy house.
Damn. Okay. Okay. But see, this is what we talking about though. 12 years ago, we were both different people in different stages of our
Hey,
life.
Miss Sykes. I was 29 in California. I was back in Cali.
Hey, Miss Sykes, how you doing? I was 29 in California. Yeah, yeah. I was working, you know what I'm saying? Just working. Probably had 2012, 2013. I think I had 2 jobs at that point,
Hmm.
possibly,
Was I working?
because it was 15 or 16 when I first started at the county. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah,
I think I
yeah.
might have been depressed during the Obama first run.
Man, okay.
But I was hiding it well because I had my son.
Mhm.
But I was big. Probably, I think I was big before me and Ace started the podcast. And before we started working out, what little bit we did work out together.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was depressed. Just got out of the hospital. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
That's probably why it took me so long to remember. Yeah. Because I didn't go back to school until 16 or 15. Something like that. I might have went back in. I might have started getting my life together. Went back in 13, 14, 15, 16 graduated. 18 I graduated. And 19 I graduated.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, yeah. See, so that's what we was at, y'all. What were y'all doing? What were y'all doing around that time? When Obama first, when he won his first term.
Where were you at, Miss Sykes, when Obama first won his first term?
That's what we talking about tonight. Where were you when? Where were you when? To all my folks who probably gonna watch this later on, I didn't send out the invite to you. because I'm trying to see who has the notifications on and who don't, and who only watch because I send the invite out to them, which I appreciate when y'all do. But
It's kind of defeating the purpose.
exactly, exactly, is
Because
that
by
the
now
only way?
y'all should be regular people that we see
Right,
in the room.
right.
I don't get mad about it, but I can understand the frustration.
Yeah. Where were you when your people didn't show up in the chat?
I miss Palm Desert. Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you in 29 Palms? 28 stumps in one palm tree.
Hmm.
Is that what you talking about, Delta? That's where you was at in Palm. 29 Palms.
Uh-oh.
On my second marriage and running my production studio in Avondale and my hair and skincare production. You got a production studio? What kind of production studio? You might need to hook up, Miss Joe. Miss Sykes. You might have to hook up. We might need that. They get us somewhere new to record.
Always. Always.
I'll give you a call after the podcast, Miss Sykes. I used to drive to Palm Springs, LA,
I need
was in Redlands and
two
San
chicken
Bernardino.
tacos
Oh.
and then two more with no cheese. So total of four. Yeah, to go. Two with
So
cheese,
were
two
you
without
stationed
cheese.
in
And then
were you close to Barstow?
quesadilla. I mean yes. No, I'm good.
Is that where you Redlands? You was in Victorville, Apple Valley, Barstow, Fort Irwin. What else is out there? Camp. No, Camp Pendleton ain't out there. Palm Springs.
Yeah, that's in South Carolina, ain't it?
No, Palm Springs in California.
No, I'm talking about Camp Pendleton.
No, Camp Pendleton is the recruiting station in San Diego.
Okay. Okay.
North Carolina is Camp Missouri.
Okay. Okay. That's right. Yeah, yeah. Camp Pendleton. Right. Right. Well, that's what we talking about, y'all.
29 Palms, right? Cali, I was stationed. Okay. Okay. I now have a store in Five Points South. You are welcome to do a live show. In my store. Okay.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. We can go to the store and do
I
it.
seen that. I seen the store. Okay.
Oh, for real? All right.
Yes. Yeah, I seen the store. It's right down the street from Insomnia.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know what that is.
Yeah. Like you go Jimmy Nick's.
Mm-hmm.
You go that little plaza. That's right in front of Jimmy Nick's.
Mm-hmm.
You go that purple store. And then like right next to the T-Mobile, her little store is just right there.
Oh, that's what's up. Okay. Okay. I did brig once to San Diego. Female brig was in Miramar and men brig Camp Pendleton, but they put pending. Yeah.
Yeah, I know where the brig at Delta. I did 9 months there.
He said he know where the brig
Yeah, I
at.
know where that brig is. I was upset. I was locked away. Only my auntie came to see me because she was in California. My mom wasn't in California. Um, what else? Oh, my baby was born while I was in there. My oldest child was born while I was in there. Look back, those were days. That Cali life. Yeah, Cali life is something. Especially if you ain't never been there before. Don't come from out of town because you might get tricked. California, he ain't all that it is.
Well, listen, y'all. We appreciate everybody. Hold on, man. Looking back. Okay, those were the days of Cali life. We appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight, y'all. For real. We had some technical difficulties for a minute, but we worked through it as usual. You know what I'm saying?
We did.
And now we see we got somewhere else to go live from. So we're gonna go live from the homegirl store, and you know what I'm saying. Hopefully, get some people to come through and you know what I'm saying and support her. So we appreciate that. That's what it's about, y'all. Networking, you know what I'm saying, and bringing people together.
I've been in the white van.
Uh oh.
I've been in the white van. That's what they took us in when they took us around different parts of Camp Pendleton to do work
Mm-hmm.
for the base. But we were in our orange jumpsuits, so everybody knew that we were prisoners.
Right. Right.
Bad Marines.
Bad Marines.
Bad Marines.
Alright, that's what it's about. Bad Marine, get popped on the head. Nah, hey, but for real, y'all, we appreciate everybody tuning in, man. We hope y'all enjoyed the show tonight. You know, we know it's getting kind of loud, more and more people coming in, but we appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight, for real. What you want to say to the people?
To the people, I just want to tell y'all, we always appreciate every time y'all tune in, whether it be because we send you an invite or because you remembered on your own. But it means so much more if y'all actually come in the room, speak, say something, like the video while y'all in here. You know, we do this for y'all. We don't do this just for us. We do this for y'all too. So a little bit of appreciation would go a long way.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Once we get monetized, people like that will probably throw us some super chats. You know, you got something really important or hot to say, you want to stay on the screen for us to see it, instead of us to scroll all the way back down and find it, hit us with a super chat. But that, you can't do it yet, but we getting there. We getting there. We're close. We're close.
Working hard, y'all, and we appreciate everybody who told somebody else about us. You know what I'm saying, and help us trying to reach our goal. Like I said, we're close. You know, still got a little ways to go, but we can see the light. You know what I'm saying? We starting to see the light now, and we're gonna keep pushing, y'all. We're gonna keep pushing for it.
With
But
that being said, I am your humble host, Justice,
I'm your boy Said, aka Mr. Let's Talk.
screaming out, let's talk.
We out of time. Till the next time.
Screaming out, let's talk. Peace.
Peace.